All right.
And it's good to be here. This is Color Made Poetry, and God, I got my guest here, my sister, my friend. I've known her for many years, since she was knee high to a pup. Well, maybe not that long, but okay. But yeah, Rhonda Crittendon, my good friend. She used to be with us on that BSU back in the day in the '90s.
Absolutely.
She's got 4 kids now, y'all. She didn't have any then.
Yes, a
You
lot
got-
of new things.
So how many kids you have now?
I do have 4. I
Oh,
do have 4. I have
wow.
a son who's 24. My daughter is 28. And
What?
then I have an 18-year-old and a 15-year-old.
Wow.
Daughters, 3 daughters, 1 son.
That's so beautiful. Considering when I met you,
Yeah.
you didn't have any kids.
It was just
but
me.
it's
They were
beautiful.
twinkles in my eye, right?
Yeah, it's all beautiful. But you've been doing what you've been doing for a long time. You are artistic expressionist, and I always loved the way you. When I heard you read at church years ago, I said that little girl there, she's something else. Because the way you always express yourself,
Yeah.
that just captured me, Rhonda. I was like, wow,
Thank you.
I need to have her on the show, on a record, or something, because you had a gift for it,
Yeah.
and you were doing it. How long you been doing it?
Oh, man. It's been
How
a
long have
while.
you loved poetry?
Right. I went to Howard University
Mm-hmm.
as a theater arts children's theater major,
Mm-hmm.
and so that was in '89. I graduated in
89.
'95.
Wow.
So, but since Union Temple, I think I was like maybe around 12 and
Mm-hmm.
13 when I just enjoyed expressing poetry, and I really loved the words that a lot of the poets put on paper. They were very meaningful. I was kind of like always an old soul, just in terms of reading poetry, and so I just fell in love with it.
And bringing a certain expression to it.
Yes.
Yes, I remember you came on the show some time ago and you read The Negro Mother by Langston Hughes. Yeah.
Yes, I
Yeah.
did that a couple of times, even in
Yeah.
some beauty pageants.
Oh, you did?
When we had
Wow,
the
and you
talent
did-
portion,
you-
I would do that. Yeah.
You did some Maya.
I
Yeah.
did. Phenomenal Woman. Yes, so I did.
Now, who are some of your favorite poets?
Oh, wow. As I was looking, I wanted to thank you for bringing me on again after all of this time, because I realized that as an older person looking at poetry, I see
Right.
it very differently. And you've had experiences then, so you actually get a better understanding of
Well,
the
I ain't
words.
never seen you as an older person, really.
Oh, well, thank you.
I thought she was born 12 or 13.
So, some of the people I've been looking at, I mean, Jill Scott, who's a very awesome singer.
Yes.
I realized that
Songwriter
artists who
and
sing,
poet.
songwriter and
And
poet.
poet,
So
yes.
I fell in love with a lot of hers. Always Maya Angelou, Nikki Giovanni, awesome, and then recently Sonia Sanchez.
Oh,
so
yeah. You talking
There's a
Sonia.
lot
Wow.
of artists that I love the way that they put their expression of language
Yes.
on paper.
Oh, wow, that's beautiful.
Yes. So there's been a couple. Langston Hughes, let me not forget. Awesome. Some of his works were very profound to this day. And it was awesome to see some of the things that he wrote in the 1900s, 1935,
Now-
that are so prevalent for today.
Yes. Now,
Yeah.
do you also know the Langston Hughes? Of course, you know his poetry, but do you know his short stories like Simple? And the Tales of Simple?
You know, and I don't. I need to start reading some of his
I got to
short
give you
stories.
some. Fuck a CD. We bought a lot of CDs today, but
Okay.
I got a collection of his short stories, Simple, and you really need to hear that.
Awesome.
I'm gonna give you a
Yes.
copy of
Short
it.
stories
Well, I got the
are
book,
great.
and also, but you need to hear the CDs. I mean,
Okay.
absolutely
Okay.
awesome.
Phenomenal.
You know, because Simple is like a mouthpiece for everything that Simple wants to say, that
Okay.
Langston Hughes wants to say. And it's like his alter ego.
Ah, nice. Okay.
Absolutely
Okay.
awesome. Yes. Now you brought some poetry today that we're going to share, and so we're
Yes.
going to start it, and then of course we're going to talk about the CDs. We're going to talk about you and and your work and what it is that you do, and
Okay.
also you've done recordings with me also.
Yes, I have.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
I can
right.
go back and look at some of those. It's always
telling
interesting
you.
to see.
Yeah, it is.
Yes,
Yeah.
the flash of time. I bought Toni Morrison is such a prolific writer.
Yes.
And
We just lost her.
Yes, we
Yes.
did. We just lost her, and it's always interesting that we hear a lot about what she did. If you're not a person that actually researches and studies, you don't know about people.
Yeah. Well, I had Toni Morrison when I was in school at Bowie.
Okay.
I'm working on a piece now in her
Awesome.
honor.
Okay.
Yeah, I had African American short stories. We had Tony. We had people like, any number of people. Baldwin, Richard Wright. I mean, all those
Yes.
people. But
Yes.
we did Songs of Solomon, Sula, The Bluest Eye,
Right.
all of that when I was in school.
Yes.
Yeah, Beloved.
Beloved, yes.
Yeah.
Some of those that became movies, right?
Yeah, that's true. But everybody can't read Tony, because Toni Morrison makes you work.
Yeah, no.
When you read Toni.
She's very deep, and I didn't get a full poem of Toni, but I did find a lot of her stronger quotes.
Okay,
come on. A lot of her
Come
quotes.
on with it.
All right. The most popular that I've seen since her passing. You want to fly, you got to give up the shit that weighs you down. If there's a book that you want to read, but it hasn't been written yet, you must write it. If you surrender to the air, you can ride it. What difference does it make if the thing you're scared of is real or not? As you enter positions of trust and power, dream a little before you think. There's really nothing more to say except why. But since why is difficult to handle, one must take refuge in the how. It was fine. It was a fine cry, loud and long, but it had not bottomed, and it had no top. It had no bottom, it had no top, just circles and circles of sorrow. They encouraged you to put some of your weight in their hands, and as soon as you felt how light and lovely it was, they studied your scars and tribulations. Writing is really a way of thinking, not just feeling, but thinking about things that are desperate, unresolved, mysterious, problematic, or just sweet. So those were some of the kind of thoughts and how deep Toni could get.
Yes.
Very in depth, and I found that a lot of our artists were actually revolutionaries in their own right.
Of course.
And
way back.
it's awesome. Yeah, way back.
Way back,
And we didn't know that through
Mm-hmm.
their poetry, sometimes even like comedians or poets, they are they stand behind that wall of that, but people
Yes.
don't know that they're actually fighting for a cause through their words.
You know, it's interesting you say that, because when you think about comedians and all the great comedians we've had, I'm thinking about people like Richard Pryor, you know,
Yeah. Some of the
Red
old
Fox,
greats.
some of the old greats, you know.
Mom's Mabley.
It's Mom's Mabley. Oh, you really going? Yeah, Mom. Yeah. I did a piece on her called Madam Mom. You know?
Okay, okay, yeah.
I mean, black comedy has always been used in the forefront of our struggle.
Yes.
Like a lot of the arts, you know, because a lot of times the things that comedians say in jest, a lot of times it's based
very
on
true.
a lot of truth.
Oh, absolutely. You have
Yes.
to have some truth to
When
it.
Richard Pryor says certain things, you're like, wow. We all know it.
Right.
But we don't say it. He has a way of bringing it forward.
Yes.
You know, like this one expression that he talked about when he was going into, he was in New York and he was there for a business meeting. He was on an elevator.
Okay.
And it was 132 stories. And the elevator, something happened to it. He got on and it dropped all the way down to the bottom. It was pitch dark. And he looked around like this and he said, and after a while, he looked around for a few minutes, and a little light came down from the ceiling and kept getting bigger and bigger. And then he saw this white guy come down with this long flowing hair like
my
that.
goodness.
And he looked up and he wiped his eyes. He said, "Are you Jesus?" And the white guy goes, "No, I'm the elevator man."
Man, right.
But see,
Interesting. That whole
interesting because-
concept. Right.
Right, because that kind of expression, that kind of image had been put into our minds.
I was just going to say, yes, coming
Yeah.
down from out of the sky with
Yes.
this beam of light.
He thought they
Yes.
died going to heaven.
Right. And it's an elevator shaft. Wow.
Yeah. So it's interesting. But I'd like to
Yes.
share this piece here.
Okay.
And it's simply entitled, The Namesake of the Show, Part 1,
Absolutely.
Color Me Poetry.
Great one.
Color me the man that cried I am, and that will be my eternal flame. Color me poetry, for nobody knows my name. I am the middle passage and anther. You are me and I am you. We wear the mask of America, something old, something new. For I am poetry. I am the living experience. I am the lifelong proof. Color me the poetry of nothing but the truth. Color me a love child lost in the promised land. I am the poem for black hearts going to meet the man. I am not to be sold nor bought, so color me a scholar in the school of thought. For I am poetry. Color me the rose and the thorn. I am the timeless hopes of dreams yet unborn. I am for my people a portrait of pride. Color me the Negro who speaks of rivers deep down inside. For I am poetry. Let us lift every voice and sing of black and unknown bards of long ago. Color me a song in spite of myself that all the world might know. Color me poetry, for I am poetry.
Awesome, awesome. I remember that one. That was a great one.
Yeah, that's how. That's where we get the name of the show.
Exactly.
That's part one. I'm gonna let you read part two later on.
Okay, no problem.
What else you got for me?
I have Maya Angelou, and
Yes.
I pulled deep. Brave and startling truth.
Ooh, come on with it.
We, this people, on a small and lonely planet, traveling through casual space, past aloof stars across the way of indifferent suns, to a destination where all signs tell us it is possible and imperative that we learn a brave and startling truth. And when it comes to it, to the day of peacemaking, when we release our fingers from fists of hostility and allow the pure air to cool our palms. When it comes to it, when the curtain falls on the minstrel shows of hate and faces suited with scorn are scrubbed clean, when battles and coliseums no longer rake or unique our particular sons and daughters up with the bruised and bloody grass to lie in identical plots of foreign soil. When the rapturous storming of the churches, the screaming racket in the temples have ceased, when the pennants are waving gaily, when the banners of the world tremble starkly in the good, clean breeze, when we come to it, when we let the rifles fall from our shoulders and our children dress their dolls in flags of truce, when landmines of death have been removed and aged can walk into evenings of peace, when religious ritual is not perfumed by the incense of burning flesh, and children's dreams are not kicked away by nightmares of abuse. When we come to it, then we can confess that not the pyramids with the stones and set in mysterious perfection, nor the gardens of Babylon hanging on eternal beauty in our collective memory, not the Grand Canyon kindling into delicious color by western sunsets, nor the Danube flowing its beautiful soul into the Europe, not the sacrificed or scared sacred peak of Mount Fuji, stretching to the rising sun, neither Father Amazon nor Mother Mississippi, who without favor nurture all creatures in the depths on the shores. These are not the only wonders of the world. But when we come to it, we must confess that we are the possible. And there's more to that, but Maya in this particular poem for me really got in depth. And a lot of times when we know that poets are revolutionary, a lot of their pieces we don't hear and we don't see.
That's right.
They kind of hide it.
Yes.
And if you're not a person who will dig for that information, then you won't see that there was another part of their lives and who they were.
That you didn't know.
Yes.
Now, since we talk about Maya, let's pick up one of them CDs right there.
Okay.
Because we need to get a shot of that. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Can we get a close up on that? Because that's beautiful. Now, this is a piece I bought. I don't know when I bought it. I just bought it. I just seen it and I bought it. I don't even remember where I bought it. But it's a 2 CD set by Maya, and it's called, what's it called?
This is called the Maya Poetry Collection. More than 100 of Maya's best loved poems performed by the author herself.
Yeah. Now, when I see stuff like that, I grab it.
Yeah.
You know, and I might have got that in Tower Records, so you know that's been a minute.
Okay.
But yeah, I love stuff like that, and so I
Yes.
collect stuff. I got a whole library of poetry recordings and dramatic readings and that kind of stuff. That kind of thing's always been with me.
Awesome. And
So
the
I
fact
love
that her voice is on it.
Her voice is
You'll
on it.
always remember
With
it
us
becomes a
forever.
classic.
Yeah,
Yes.
and the other one. Can you pick up the other one?
Yes.
And,
No problem.
so we can take a look at that one also.
Also,
So
yes.
what's that one called?
the poetry of Maya Angelou as well.
And look
So
at
I'm
that.
sure
Look at
that's
that. She's
a-
such a
Yes.
Yes, she's such a yes. Just hold it there so we can get a shot.
Yes, that's a
She's
classic.
a young Maya.
Absolutely.
Look like she's about 22.
Yes, that was that. It looks like the Black Panther era.
Oh yeah, 'cause she got that. She's
She
sporting
has
that bush
look.
now.
Yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Okay.
Right.
So yes, I've always loved their work.
Okay.
Always loved their
Yes.
work.
Strong.
All the
writer.
time. Mm-hmm. Now, so there's another piece that you're going to share.
Okay.
Whatever you want to share, really.
Okay. All right. Let's see. There was another good one. Langston Hughes.
Okay, come on with it.
And I will read that as well, but there will be some paraphrasing. But I thought
Okay.
it was very time appropriate. The title of it was Let America Be America Again.
Oh, yes.
And he
It's a
wrote
great
this in
piece.
1935.
Oh, we weren't here. Neither one of us was here.
Right, exactly.
My mama was too.
Right. But in light of this whole quote of Make America Great Again, I just thought it was very timely. Let America be America again. Let America be America again. Let it be the dream it used to be. Let it be the pioneer on the plain seeking a home where he himself is free. America? America was never America to me. Let America be the dream the dreamers dreamed. Let it be the great strong land of love where never kings connive nor tyrants scheme, that any man be crushed by one above. It never was America to me. Oh, let the land be the land where liberty is crowned with no false patriotic wreath, but opportunity is real and life is free. Equality is in the air with breath. There's never been equality for me, nor freedom in this homeland of free. Say, who are those or who are you that mumble in the dark? And who are you that draws your veil across the stars? I am the poor white, fooled and pushed apart. I am the Negro bearing slavery scars. I am the red man driven from the land. I am the immigrant clutching the hope I seek and finding only the same old stupid plan of dog eat dog and mighty crush the weak. I am the young man full of strength and hope, tangled in the ancient endless chain of profit, power, gain, of grab the land, of grab the gold, of grab the ways of satisfying needs, of work the men, of take the pay, of owning everything for one's own greed. I am the farmer, the bondsman to the soul. Yet, I'm the one who dreamt our basic dream in the old world while still serfs of kings, who dreamt and dreamt so strong, so brave, so true, that even yet its mighty daring sings. I am one, I am the one, the free.
Wow. And that's
So,
Langston.
Yes, that's Langston.
Wow.
And he
Ooh.
went on and on in depth about
Wow.
who
That-
the America was to him, what it has done to him, and how he has not seen that America.
And that's
So
ex-
to bring America back would
Yeah.
be what that would really be.
And some people say, make America great again.
Yeah, that's what
Well,
they
that's
say.
translated. That mean make America white again?
Yeah. That's
When did it
exactly
stop
what
being
that
white?
meant.
That's what
it
I want to
never
know.
did.
It never
That's
did.
Langston Hughes'
So
point.
I say to myself, poet Danny Queen, what you got to say about it? And I say, this is my reparations poem. I call it, Pay Me My Money.
Yeah.
Just so you pay me all that I do. If you have to rob Peter to pay Paul, that's on you. I'm coming from all ends just to make ends meet. So I'm overworked, underpaid, and dead on my feet. Don't want to rain on nobody's parade, but I want what I need, and I'm trying to get paid. And if you don't have it, no, I won't try and understand. So pay me my money, all of my money, just as soon as you can. I can't help but to regret it because sometimes it's gone before I get it. And if I had what's due to me instead of just make and do, I could pay Peter, Paul, and Mr. Bobo too. Don't mean to rain on nobody's parade, but I want what I need, and I'm trying to get paid. And if you don't have it, no, I won't try and understand. So pay me my money, all of my money, just as soon as you can. Pay me my money.
Yes.
Reparations.
I was just getting ready to say reparations.
There it is.
Will they ever pay us our money? That's an awesome one.
And there's a
Danny.
million
I
different
love
ways
it.
they can do it.
Oh, absolutely.
But pay us our money.
Absolutely. But I don't know if we need to wait on them. We probably have to make our own way at this point.
Hey,
And whenever they
you gotta-
catch up.
you gotta put it out
add
there.
to what we've done.
Yes.
So I have one that I saw of yours, Danny,
Okay.
that I also enjoy. And we're in the heart of D.C. And
Lord,
the godfather of go-go, a tribute to Chuck Brown.
I'm bringing it home, y'all.
And in light of the fact that they were trying to they were saying not silencing the community or Washington, D.C. with its essence of who go-go was. So we
And
fought
is.
big for that, and
Yes,
is.
yes.
So a tribute to Chuck Brown. Chuck, soul searching, busting loose, Brown is the undistributed godfather of the go-go sound. As the brightest star on the go-go walk of fame, you gave the homegrown groove a national name. The way you wind me up, I know it's your pleasure. And as a DC's native son, you're a national treasure. You put the trouble and the funk for all to see as the godfather of go-go in the first degree. As the rare essence of go-goes around, you are the host in the house of the DC sound. Latin rhythms, jazz, soul, and non-stop beat are the roots of go-go with a call and response from the street. If it ain't got the go-go groove, it don't mean a thing if it ain't got enough. If it ain't got funky enough to have the go-go swing, an indigenous icon of classic go-go soul. You have a feel for the music that never grows old. Through experience unlimited as a master music man, you are the great-grandfather of go-go all over the land. You put the soulful funk in it for all to see as the godfather of go-go in the first degree. P.S. Show you right.
You said it. Show you right.
Show you right.
Yeah, now you know, interesting enough, that's the piece I did for him about 11 years before he passed. Then after he passed, I did another piece entitled "Wind Me Up, Chuck."
Yeah.
And I thought I had it here. I don't have it here.
But it was amazing when I started studying the history of Chuck Brown in terms of how he came to D.C. and how his most of his background was in the blues and rhythm and jazz.
Yeah, he had the background
before it even turned into this full go-go sound.
Now, it's interesting because I was at the Chuck Brown celebration last week.
Okay.
And it was wonderful. And so I had this big poster, and, you know, people were, oh, I was just selling them, for $1. Because I wanted people to, I wasn't so much about the money. Right. I wanted people, all those people out there, as many as I could, I wanted them to leave with a piece of Chuck Brown that I had written, And so this one sister, she was the only one who picked it up. When she read that piece there, she said, "You're not only paying tribute to Chuck, but within the poem, you're paying tribute to other go-go artists as well, like EU,
Rare Essence,
absolutely, and many others in there as well." I said, "Wow, Trouble Funk," and I told her, I said, "You're the only one who picked up on that, and all the people who read."
See, no,
but awesome. I just incorporated right into the poem itself.
Yeah, because that made go-go.
Yes.
And we still love it.
Oh, hey, it's hometown.
And the new kids are picking it up as well.
Yeah,
with
and don't forget the Junkyard too. Junkyard was there. Belladonna was there. Okay, so it was wonderful.
Yeah.
It really was.
I think it? BYB.
BYB was there.
Band. Okay.
Yeah. So we were down Chuck Brown Way last week, y'all.
Okay. Awesome.
Now there's another piece. That you have something that you're gonna share about Nikki or anything else? What else you got?
Yeah.
I know you got stuff over there. Come on with it. I
got a couple of things that I put things on my computer as well. Let's see, my Nikki piece here, which was very ego tripping.
Oh, wow.
And you kind of pinpointed me to that, which I had never read before. And I said, well, let me read Ego Tripping by Nikki Giovanni.
Now, Ego Tripping, and a lot of her pieces, of course, is here on the, hold that up. And
okay.
I'll hold the other one. If we can get a shot of this, let's hold it towards the camera.
Okay.
This is a couple more CDs from my collection. And Ego Tripping, I think, is on that one. But this one, that one there, is actually her first CD. Okay. And it's called
Like a Ripple on the Pond.
No, well, the other one, where is it? This one here is her first CD.
Okay.
And it actually was
The Truth is
on the Way. This was the first CD.
Okay.
This is the very first CD, and I was like a teenage. My brother was really into it because he's a poet himself.
Okay.
And I remember him bringing this home. It was a big album with a picture of her son's face on it, big picture. And that was her first album, really.
Wow.
And so yes, it's wonderful.
Nikki.
So we're gonna share that piece for Nikki, but yeah, I gotta make. You gotta have these because
yes,
and they're rare
now.
Love them. They're very rare.
Okay.
So this piece is entitled.
This piece is entitled "Ego Tripping." There may be a reason. I was born in the Congo. I walked to the Fertile Crescent and built the Sphinx. I designed a pyramid so tough that a star that only glows every 100 years falls into the center, giving divine, perfect light. I am bad. I stay on the throne, drinking nectar with Allah. I got hot and sent an ice age to Europe to cool my thirst. My oldest daughter is Nefertiti. The tears from my birth pains cried and created the Nile. I am a beautiful woman. I gazed on the forest and burned out the Sahara Desert with a pact of goat's meat, and a change of clothes crossed into 2 hours, crossed in it in 2 hours, I'm a gazelle. So sweet, so swift, you can't catch me. For the birthday present, when he was 3, I gave my son Hannibal an elephant. He gave me Rome for Mother's Day. My strength flows ever on. My son Noah built Newark, and I stood proudly at the helm as we sailed on a soft summer day. I turned myself into myself, and I was Jesus. Men intone my loving name, all praises, all praises. I am the one who would save. I sold diamonds in my backyard. My bowels deliver uranium. The feelings or the filings from my fingernails are semi-precious jewels. On a trip north, I caught a cold and blew my nose, giving oil to the Arab world. I am so hip, even my errors are correct. I sailed west to reach east and had to round off the earth as I went. The hair from my head thinned and gold was laid across 3 continents. I am so perfect, so divine, so ethereal, so surreal. I cannot be comprehended except by permission. I am mean. I can fly like a bird in the sky.
Ego trip. Wow. Now let's
Ego
get
tripping.
Yes, that's Nikki Giovanni. Now let's
Yes.
get a name of these CDs so people can go out and get them. They're
Okay.
rare, but you can find them. Now, read the title to that.
All right. So this is the Nikki Giovanni, one of her collections, Like a Ripple on the Pond.
Okay, and
And
then we
this
had
other CD is her first one, as you stated, Nikki Giovanni, The Truth is on its way.
And I got 2 more. I got
Oh,
CDs.
nice collection of.
Okay.
All right, and so this Nikki Giovanni was simply entitled In Philadelphia, and one of the other ones that were probably prior to that one, Nikki Giovanni, The Way I Feel.
Yes. Now that's what jazz music. I remember that.
Oh, nice.
So we got to do this so folks can
Nice.
go out and buy these CDs. You know.
Yes. So I liked hearing this ego tripping because then it reminded me of Maya Angelou's Phenomenal Woman.
Now,
Which
you
I
pre-
got oil wells.
Are you prepared
in my
to do
living
that?
rooms. Actually, no. Sorry.
Well, don't be talking about it then.
I just thought it was.
I know
a
you
great
can drive it though. I know
comparison.
you haven't done it in a while.
I haven't done that in a while, and I had committed it to memory years ago.
Yeah.
So I didn't have it with me. I would definitely
okay.
need it.
Yeah. So what you got for us?
Let's see.
Just come on with it. Don't hold back on me now.
Oh, okay. So I thought about poetry and all of its facets. So as I was looking at Sonia Sanchez and reading one of her poems that sometimes can talk about love in different ways. So she entitled this poem Blues. Even though you came in December, be my January man. I say, even though you came in December, be my January man. But you know I'll take you any month I can. Woke up this morning waiting for you to call. Say I woke up this morning waiting for you to call. Started shaking in my bed, thought I was taking another fall. Fortune teller, what do you forecast for me today? Fortune teller, what do you cast for me today? 'Cause I ain't got no time to be messing with your yesterday. Even though you came in December, be my January man. I say, even though you came in December, be my January man. But I know I'll take you any month I can. I know I'll take you any month I can.
Wow, that's beautiful. What made you choose that piece?
Because I thought about poetry in terms of they always know how to describe love in so many different ways.
Yeah.
And I think that when we describe love in poetry, it's described through someone's feelings and emotions of every step of the way in terms of how they felt. And it gives it more of a descriptive way of looking at what love looks like.
Oh, because love is different for so many people.
So many ways.
So many different ways.
Yes, and when you use it in different languages, you get a different appreciation for what love can look like.
Now, Poet Danny Queen, what you got to say about it?
All right.
Since we're talking about love.
Okay.
That's my boo, me and my boo. From Timbuktu to Kalamazoo, ain't no love like the love of about me and my boo. Somebody want to drop a dime, but they don't know who, so they all in the Kool-Aid and haven't got a clue. But there's an apple of my eye who's a winsome woo, and all I simply got to say is, yo, that's my boo. Because when it comes to you, my heart is made of TLC, and when it comes to me, you know how to TCB. And for the love of me and mine, in my heart of hearts, we've got that one of a kind. And for what we have at heart is something tried and true. And for the love of my life, guess who? That's my boo.
Absolutely. That's my boo.
Yeah. That's a piece. I'm gonna do a little piece I like to dedicate to you and all the beautiful sisters in the world. And it's simply entitled Chocolate City Candy. Just the taste of you makes my life so complete. Learning to love you is a special treat. The little loving things you do forever makes your honey sweet. Your good and plenty loving just knocks me off my feet. You're my sugar baby, peppermint patty pearl, my M&M plain chocolate city candy girl, my lifetime lifesaver, Fifth Avenue, Lovers Lane Park, my budded finger, whatchamacallit, set sweetness in the dark. Now and later, you'll always be my Mary Jane, my baby Ruth, my mounds of almond joy. Chocolate, honey, sweet tooth. Let me be your payday, sugar daddy galore. Your 100 grand, Mr. Goodbye for sure. And when you put on your total Tootsie Roll charms, your chocolate cherry kisses make me melt in your arms. You're my sugar baby, peppermint patty pearl. My M&M plain, chocolate city, candy girl.
All right, M&M
Different
plain.
expressions of love.
Yes, I love it. Through all of the candy that we love as women. Describing that was good.
You
I
grew
got
up
all
listening.
those candies I loved in there.
And I know you ate them when you was a kid, too.
Yes, I did.
I hear your mom say, girl, put that candy down.
Yes, you'll mess your teeth up.
Yeah.
Yes, so
Okay.
let's see. I went to yours, Danny, at this point in Black Self-Respect, or should I do a Jill Scott, because we were on the boo train.
Oh, okay. Go to Jill Scott. Go on to Jill Scott. I can come back.
Okay. So
Yes.
Jill Scott.
I love Jill. I hope you done got more than one in there on
You
Jill
know,
you can do.
I do have two that I chose.
Well, come on with it. Don't hold back.
And hers isn't. This one particular is
Okay.
entitled "Selfish."
Now,
So yeah.
now what's
go
the name
for
of the
it.
book? Gotta get the
Now,
name of the book so people
itself
can get it.
Is the moments, the minutes, the hours, the
Wow.
poetry of
Yes, I
Jill
had that.
Scott.
I love it.
And I didn't know she wrote poetry. I mean, I should have known because she's
Yeah,
a
she
songwriter.
right.
but-
She started as a poet, really, from what I
Oh,
understand.
did she?
Yeah,
Okay.
she's a Philly girl now.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
sorry, we
Well,
gonna
so you
claim
would
her though.
know.
Yeah, I got friends of mine from Philly. They say, yeah, she from Philly. I know she's from Philly. You remind me.
Right. So, I don't know what kind of listening ears we have here on the podcast, but on this particular one, she calls it selfish.
Okay.
Give me a minute to love you, an hour to stare in your face, a moment to praise your nose, your hands, your lips, your eyes. Don't say later, don't say tomorrow, because the day's too busy, because the day's too hurried, too demanding. Give me a week to hold you a second, to play in your lashes, a night to kiss your forehead, your back, your feet, your fingers. Don't say you're tired. Don't say you're anxious, because the world is calling, because the world is heavy, ever present. Just let me soothe you. Let me put you in my mouth and hum sweet tunes. Let me calm the ocean. Give me a day. Give me 4 and more to ease and please you. Let me take the chip from your shoulder. Place it on the nightstand for a while, because you're lonely and I am too. So that was selfish, and I thought it was nice because it gave me a thought of just black love and the heaviness of what the days look like for us as men and women. So if we come home into our families carrying the weight of the world, then we need to know how to take the time to take in that love in many different ways, from touching to feeling to talking, so that we can restore ourselves and go back out into the world. So,
And deal with it.
And deal with it.
I
And
call
not
it-
be selfish by not allowing that to happen.
I call it
Right.
pro-black love.
Pro-black.
Yes.
I like it.
Pro-black love, yeah.
Yes, so pro-black love.
And there's another one you want to share?
Yes, there's another one called Revolutionary Man.
Okay.
So, and she has these pictures of men. So, I am grown now, a woman, got my house, got my car, got a cat too. Yeah, but I needs me a man. Like air, like water. Yeah, yeah. I ain't trying to impress you, but I needs me a breakfast making, long walking, black movie watching conversationalist. Yeah. I needs me a standing up, accept no bullshit, except mine, man. And honest hair brushing, public kissing, praying on his knees, man. Respectful, protectful, full grown man. Yeah. Laughing and a working. Ain't afraid to feel, man. Ain't afraid to be afraid, man. Ain't afraid to be strong. Revels in it. Needs me a soldier. Yeah, needs me a soldier. Needs me some passion. Needs me a revolution in my bed. Revolutionary man.
Revolutionary man. Now, what made you choose that one?
Well, because I think sometimes as women, we, like I would say my type of man is rough around the edges.
Oh, you want a roughneck? Gotta get a roughneck.
Now, see, you would say a roughneck, but it's really not that. It's that same power that you want to see in a man that is full of protection. He loves that conversation. He loves being involved. He's not afraid to show who he is. And so with all of that, there's a sense of balance where we have to feel loved and we have to feel that soft part of a man, but we want him to be strong when necessary.
But you want some roughneck in him, though.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes I feel like that's
sometimes you got to get some
So
roughneck.
if you don't have it, it's kind of difficult to find.
Yeah, but not roughneck all the time.
Right, no. Please, no.
Yeah,
But just revolutionary. That's a different rough thought.
Different kind of rough.
Yes, that's a different kind of rough.
Revolutionary roughneck.
Yeah.
Let me go here.
Okay, what you got?
This is a piece that I did some time ago. And it's I read Chocolate City Candy. So now I'm going to read Chocolate Rainbow. And the subtitle is simply Color Struck. Black, white, brown, red, yellow, and tan. All shades of the rainbow come from the original man. The missing link to what we as a people lack is loving who we are in all shades of black. Nice. Mocha, sepia, sable, red bone, cinnamon, mahogany, pearl. Children of the sun living in a color-struck world. Whatever shade of ebony to ivory you might be, black is black. I am you and you are me. You can't possess the soul essence of somebody else, so to love and know who you are is to be yourself. Beyond our shackles of sick, color-struck shame, as a people, we are all colored one and the same. The one-drop rule will always undervalue, demean the wannabes, the jigaboos, and every shade in between. Black-on-black love is soul power validation, despite our brown bag, blue vein indoctrination. Intra-race prejudice, preference, and pride are reflections of a past that cannot be denied. As a human rainbow with the wind at our back, the power of self-respect comes in all shades of black. Honey brown, peanut butter, vanilla chocolate, copper tone, mocha maple, nocturnal rose, raven brick house brownstone, whatever shade of ebony to ivory you might be. Black is black, I am you and you are me. From ruby red brown to a black walnut pecan, lemon strawberry peach to a beach sand colored tan. The missing link to what we as a people lack is loving who we are in all shades of black.
Love it. Love it, love it.
What do you think?
I think that's awesome. I mean,
so
that's very unique in knowing that we have to respect every aspect of ourselves and that we look different across the world. That's right.
Francis Walsh said we love all the shades. But we started with crystal black.
Yeah.
Just remind that. Because otherwise you're saying, well, she said, if you don't love crystal black, then you're saying, well, you celebrate. Love where you came from. You don't love where you came from. I mean, you don't love the grandmothers who were raped.
Exactly.
Okay? That's what that's saying, yeah.
Awesome. Okay, well, back to one of yours then, Danny. And that kind of leads into, if we're talking about...
black self-respect.
Yes, black self-respect, which goes with understanding that all of your shades of color are beautiful. Black self-respect, a poem for my people. Self-respect can only come from a sense of self. It's not something you get from somebody else. When you know who you are beyond all self-denial and doubt, self-love and self-respect can only come from the inside out. It's not something anyone else can give you or simply take away. Self-respect is a gift from the Creator that's always with you to stay. From the kingdom of heaven within the universal mind above, Black self-respect is the essence of Black self-love. When you know who you are, and beyond all self-doubt and denial, self-love and self-respect can only come from the inside out. Nice, Dan.
So what does that mean? That means refusing,
loving yourself within. And
loving
refusing.
yourself
Yeah.
and refusing to lie to yourself.
Right.
See, because when you lie to yourself, you lie to and then everybody else.
Right.
Stop lying.
Okay.
If you tell one lie, you got to tell two. Then before you know it, lying is second nature to you. When there's no foundation of truth on which to stand, living a lovable lie is like walking on quicksand. And there ain't no way naked truth can ever fly on the wings of a well-dressed lie. A lie told in the truth is not something you can defend, because truth crushed to earth will always come up again. So let the truth be your guide in your lust to tell a lie, and you will find that you can stop it if you try. For if you lie to yourself, you'll lie to any and everybody else. And there ain't no way naked truth can ever fly on the wings of a well-dressed lie. Because if you tell one lie, you got to tell two. And before you know it, lying is second nature to you.
Yeah.
Stop lying.
Stop lying.
You know anybody who lie and pretend they ain't lying?
Yeah, and I like
They
when
ain't
they
lying,
say
you know they lying.
it doesn't matter. Truth crushed down to the earth shall rise
It
again.
can always come up again. Yeah, it is.
So I'm thinking of that, and it leads me right into Maya Angelou's Equality.
Oh, come on with it. Come on.
You declare to see me dimly through a glass which will not shine, though I stand before you boldly, trim and rank and marking time. You do own to hear me faintly as a whisper out of range, while my drums beat out the message and the rhythms ever change. Equality and I will be free. Equality and I will be free. You announce my ways are wanton, and that I fly from man to man. But if I'm just a shadow to you, could you ever understand? We have lived a painful history. We know the shameful past. But I keep on marching forward, and you keep on coming last. Equality and I will be free. Equality and I will be free. Take the blinders from your vision. Take the padding from your ears and confess you've heard me crying, and admit you've seen my tears. Hear the tempo so compelling. Hear the blood throb in my veins. Yes, my drums are beating nightly, and my rhythms never change. Equality and I will be free. Equality and I will be free.
The law of attraction. Fly high and dreams are forever fulfilled, for you can have, do, and be whatever you will. Whether it's for better or for worse, the law of attraction unlocks the universe. Focus on lack, and life will give you even more of what you never knew you were asking for. As the law of attraction is but the master key, you are the sole creator of your own reality. What you think, feel, and ultimately receive is a reproduction of what you secretly believe. Grateful gratitude will open the door to a whole new world you never knew before. Focus beyond what you hold in your hand, for your every wish is the law of life's command. The power behind the mind magnetics field is a way out of no way made real. And whether it's for better or for worse, the law of attraction unlocks the universe. For what you think, feel, and ultimately receive is a reproduction of what you secretly believe. The law of attraction.
Yes, that's awesome. And that's a concept that is forever.
In other words, be careful what
in
you
our
think.
earth. Oh, absolutely. Because what you think will bring, will come
forth.
Yes. So I had, there's different ways that poetry is sometimes written, because when you were talking about Langston Hughes in one of his short stories, Silly, that you had mentioned.
Simple.
Simple, I need to make
well,
sure
that's
I
interesting
read
because
that.
some people thought simple was silly. But
silly?
he actually was very deep.
Interesting.
He was very deep.
Okay. So I'm going to have to read that, because sometimes poems take on a story. And this particular poem by Sonia Sanchez, entitled Love Conversation. AIDS in the day, AIDS Day in 1994 in Philadelphia. and this was written for Essex Himble. Love conversation. How you doing, sister? Fine. How you doing, girl? I said I was doing okay, but how you really doing? I said I'm okay, didn't I? Gotta go now. Have to get home to my daughter. Sister, I'm not trying to interfere, but how you making out? Heard you was sick. I'm fine. I said just fine. Fine, didn't I just say I'm fine? I'm okay. I'm standing here talking to you, ain't I? I know, but how you feeling? How you doing? Really feeling and getting along. I want to help. Heard you was really sick. All right. I'm hanging in. I'm hanging in there. Standing up, doing, spaced out, scared, talking, silent, laughing, screaming, legs hurt, body hurt, eyes hurt, chest hurt when I cough all night, don't sleep a lot, sweat all night, body wrapped in wet sheets. That's how I am, you know? And I call my gods to help me through the night. Oh, Yah, Olukun, oh, Yah, Olukun, oh, Yah, sister, I want you. I want you to know that I'm here, and until I pass over, you will see me walking, talking, loving, praying, organizing, being, because I'm the universe. The universe knows that I'm HIV positive, but I'm still woman. Woman, lover, mother, sister, artist, organizer, activist, woman. I say you will remember me, my life and my love, because I'm woman. I'm woman.
Wow, that's so beautiful.
Yeah.
What made you choose that one?
Because I was trying to display how poetry in itself can tell stories, and as it tells stories, it a lot of times
Deep
those
stories.
authors, those authors will get their material or their insight from their friends or what's happening in the world. And I know that AIDS and HIV is so prevalent, but to know that people are fighting through it and living from day to day, they are still getting through it with that deadly disease, but yet and still through poetry you can have a different appreciation for those
Brings
people
a light
who's
to
going
it.
through the struggle.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, there's a piece I want to share entitled "Born to Be Blessed," but I want you to look over that because
Okay.
we're going to close the show with that. That's part 2 of
Awesome.
Color Me Poetry.
Okay.
So as I read this, you can look over that. So this poem is simply entitled "Born to Be Blessed, Food for the Soul." On the wings of faith from heaven on high, you need to know that you can make it if you try. Though life will always put faith to the test, through it all, you got to know you're born to be blessed. But success is not yours to have in the first degree without challenge, setbacks, and lifelong adversity. The day you were given breath of life is the day you were blessed with a divine birthright. When you know in your heart you're born to win, you can never lose a sense of who you are within. The reality of a dream come true is based on faith, focus, and follow through. To know you're born from the seed of success is to know from your soul that you're born to be blessed. For on the wings of faith from heaven on high, you need to know that you can make it if you try. Born to be blessed, food for the soul.
Awesome. I love that. That whole
And this is part
dynamic.
2 of
Yes.
Color Me Poetry.
Okay. Part 2, Color Me Poetry. I am the language of love and the key of life. I am away with words in times of sorrow and strife, for I am poetry. Color me the native sun that can be set apart from the poetry of the soul that's straight from the heart. Color me poetry. I am fantasy, fiction, and fact. Color me the shadow and the act, for I am poetry. Color me low to high and high to low. I am the dark symphony of the unsung hero. Color me the undercurrent in America's mainstream. I am like a ripple on a pond in the all-American dream. Yet to sing America, color me Othello the Moor. I am the soul of black folk, the spook, who sat by the door. Color me poetry. I am, for my people, a portrait of pride. Color me the Negro who speaks of rivers deep down inside, for I am poetry. Let us life Lift every voice and sing of black and unknown bards of long ago. Color me a song in spite of myself, that all the world might know. Color me poetry, for I am poetry.
You read that so beautifully. Now, also, I got a few other CDs before we have to go that I want to mention here.
Yes.
And we're going to hold that up.
The awesome man here.
And the title of that is?
This is The Voice of Langston Hughes.
The great Langston Hughes.
The great Langston
And then we have
Hughes.
this one here.
Okay.
My sister, she's changed her name now.
All right.
Leanne Mataka.
All
was
right.
formerly known as?
She was formerly known as Rhonda Robinson. This particular CD is titled The Soul Jazz Poetry of Rhonda Robinson.
Wow.
Which is now, what's her new name?
Leanne Mataka.
Leanne Mataka.
Yeah, Leanne.
Yes.
And then this brother here, I love that too. Another
Okay.
CD in my collection. Awesome.
All right.
D-Knowledge.
D-Knowledge.
From some years ago.
How many?
From some years ago. I
From
had
some
that.
years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is
Great piece.
entitled D-Knowledge.
Mhm.
All that and a bag of words. Not
And
chips, but words.
Yes. Great CD. And last but not least, we have
Oh,
here.
man. The
great?
fabulous and the great. The Last Poets.
Yes.
Yes.
And
So
it's
that
just entitled
particular
The
one.
Last Poets.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Just The Last Poets, and that's
Mhm.
one of their
New
CDs.
York, New York. The Big Apple. Yeah.
And what's
Statue
the
of Liberty is a prostitute.
The revolution will not be televised.
Gil Scott. Oh, yeah, I
Gil
forgot to
Scott.
bring my Gil Scott.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was thinking
forgot
about that because
to
that's
bring
in
some
that
Gil
same
Scott.
era.
Yes. And
And this one is also another Last Poet CD, but
And
it's entitled "This Is Madness."
wow, and we ask that you get these CDs everywhere you might go.
Awesome.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Mhm. So, in the last few minutes before we have to go,
Okay.
what is that you want to do? What is that you really want to achieve, and what you're doing? Because you
Oh.
do. Because I want to see you do some more recordings
Yes.
and expressions. I like to. I can see you in theater also.
You know, and I can't wait to be a part of theater. It's funny. I went to Howard University, but once I had my
What'd you
two
major in?
children, I majored in theater arts.
Mhm.
A minor in children's theater.
Okay.
So I'm a teacher now,
Mhm.
special educator. I teach autism students.
Oh,
But
okay.
with that in mind, I do theater, and we do plays at my school.
Oh,
so
okay.
I do incorporate my theater
Into that.
talent and background. Yes.
That's your gift.
Yes, that
You
is
know,
my
you got-
gift. So
you
I
gotta-
would love to be on
you gotta-
someone's stage.
You got to walk in your gift. And before we go,
Thank you.
since you said, I'm gonna read this very last piece.
Awesome.
Simply entitled, "Do It for the Children."
Absolutely.
Do it for the children and in the love of every man, woman, boy, and girl. You can find the heart to the key of the world. For each and every one, got to find a better way to do what some say just can't be done. Do it for the children and all that you do and say. Do it for the children. A lifetime of love got to be a better way. Do it for the children. Teach the children the truth. The innocence of a child is a seed of truth for all to see. Teach the children the truth. They're the fruit of the family tree. There's so much that the world needs that there's just too little love. But all we really got to do is give a little more love. Do it for the children and all that you do and say. Do it for the children. A lifetime of love got to be a better way. Do it for the children. Teach the children the truth.
Awesome. That's our future. We have no choice.
That's right.
Awesome poem.
We've
Dan.
been talking with my good sister, my good friend, poetic expressionist, and this has been wonderful having you around the Crittendon.
Thank you.
Sister, it's been great having you here. We're looking forward to having you back.
Had a great time. Thank you so much.
We got to do. I had to bring you in to do it like we used to do it
I
back
know,
in the day.
right? Back in the
Back
day.
in the day. Yeah, before your kids and all. I was like, wow,
I
man.
know, right? Yeah.
Beautiful girls. Give us the name of your girls.
Yes, my girls' names are Zakia. She's my
Okay.
oldest. Then Abner, who's next.
Abner.
And then Akosua.
Akoso.
Yes, and my son
Wow.
is Osazi, the man of the group.
Oh, he's the youngest?
No, he's the 24-year-old.
Oh, he's the
Yeah,
24.
so I'm the
Wow.
first oldest two. Yep.
Wow, it's beautiful having you here.
Thank you so
for
much.
coming to calling me poetry, my sister. Look forward to
Absolutely.
having
Thank you
back.
for having me,
I'm gonna have
Danny.
that CD because I'm gonna make sure you get it. 'Cause
Okay,
you're gonna be in the
good.
studio
Please
with
make
me
some
recording.
copies.
I'm
Okay.
telling you.
Yes.
Yes. And I thank you for coming. This is poet Danny Queen calling me poetry here on the E-Life Media.
Yes.
We thank you for tuning in every week.
Thank
and
you.
until next time, color me poetry.
Poetry.
Peace, love, poetry.
Poetry.